Hey everyone, welcome to our ongoing development series, Ask Shane. So I've got a corker of a story for you. Some of you over the last 5, 6 weeks have wrote to me, messaged me, emailed me and said, Shane, love to hear more of your stories within the Ask Shane series. So I've got a corker of a story for you that I remembered yesterday. It was nudged. Over this last week, I've been kind of watching over a development group, and within that group, we've been exploring the many approaches that you can have whilst working with cards. And for me, I always try to weave in the holistic approach in all that we do, and then kind of nurture the development, kind of nourish it, kind of create experiences that bring on that development. So we kind of been looking at the holistic approaches to using the cards and the questions that you ask the cards. So, I've always said that I think that it's really difficult to kind of read your own cards because you have to be highly objective. Yet, the cards can be a really, really powerful tool. So kind of yesterday, one of the exchanges there within the group, I was reminded through a video I cut some time ago that I shared within the group of just how powerful these cards can be. So picture this. I have a lady come and I'm about to kind of do the consultation. So we're moving through the consultation. Her dad comes through, her grandfather comes through. There's a very, very protective energy between both of them around her. And I kind of get this sense that she's in a very suppressive situation, a situation where the walls are coming in on her. There's a lot of control, there's a lot of suppression, and bit by bit it's just kind of taking apart her confidence. Not the nicest of places to be. And the way that I kind of work with the cards, I always kind of conclude a consultation by using the cards. Okay, always conclude the consultation using the cards, and there's really good reasons why I do that, because really, do you need to use the cards? You've got contact is confirmed, validation is made, you've got the information shared and exchanged. Do you really need to use the cards? I'll explain why I do next week. Okay, so next week I'll explain there's good reason to why we use the cards. I believe that they can be absolutely a very powerful tool. I know they're a very, very powerful tool. But one of the systems I used and have used for such a long time now is what I call the 5-card system. Okay, remember what I said, that it's the approach that we make to the cards. It's the approach that we have with the cards, the questions we ask. So every one of those cards has a specific position. Okay, every one of them has a question, if you like, an intention. And it's just about allowing those cards to talk to you. I've said many a time, try not to use the book, put the book to one side, allow the cards to organically talk to you, allow them to become alive, which means that then that one card can have multiple meanings depending who you're consulting, depending on what's going on, depending on the person by person, which means they're organic and they're alive, they're not rigid and just structured in a certain way. You allow them to become alive, which means that then you can start using many decks of cards in theory, and you always have preference to certain decks. So I tend to work with the high cards. I use the 5-card system, which is the first card is what needs to be done. Okay, the second card is identifying the challenge and the problem. The third card is the solution. The fourth card is the outcome. The fifth card is the key card, what knits and holds it all together. Every one of those will interconnect, and as you can see, this is about a call to action. These are solution orientated approaches. They're not predictive. They're solution orientated approaches, galvanizing the person you're working with into movement, galvanizing them into engaging into the process. They are a call to action, okay? Rather than sitting and waiting for things to happen, you're wanting them to get involved in the process. So already there's a deeper thread to the way that we can work with cards. There's a deeper approach to it. So get this, okay? Shared all what I've shared, concluding, as I say, I'll explain that next week, concluding the consultation. The first card I pull over is what needs to be done. And this is the card, get this, the prison card. Okay? I look at that card and instantly I can absolutely see that it's reflected, it's mirrored so much of what the innate and spirit had said to her. Okay, straight away, and she looked at me, she looked down at the cards and she looked in disbelief. Okay, she was completely shocked. Now, this is where it becomes very interesting. I've absolutely recognised over the years that the innate is always teaching us. The innate is always developing us. Even as a consultant, we are always being developed. We're in partnership with the innate. The innate will always teach us. Okay, we never ever stop learning. And I looked at that card and I suddenly heard this voice inside of me, which I recognised to be the innate. And this voice said to me, Shane. And there's always a pause. Shane. Grabs my attention, you see, and I start listening. Very clever. Start listening. It says, Shane. They believe the door is locked. They believe the door is shut, Shane. But Shane, is it? And just sometimes, we become the jailer of our own prisons. The door's not shut. The door is open. But just sometimes we become the jailer of our own prisons. And I remember looking up and sharing that word for word and absolutely in the way that I experienced it with this lady. She looked at me, burst into tears, and within that moment so much was transformed. It transformed her life on the spot. Okay, do not ever underestimate them. Not just a deck of cards. Worked in a certain way, these can be absolutely powerful tools. Okay, and I have never forgotten that, and I never will forget that. Okay, just sometimes we become the jailer of our own prisons. The door is open. Okay, you've heard those stories and those experiences of people in kind of captivity, that it's a hard transition also coming out of it. And I think there's so much truth in that, and I think that sometimes this comes in so many different ways, from being placed in limbo, to being a suppressive situation, sometimes without realising it, the door is open, but it takes great courage crossing that threshold. It takes great courage stepping from that space into the next, moving forwards. Really wanted to share that with you, really wanted to kind of explore that with you guys. Hope that stirred up some thought for you, and just how powerful these cards can be, and these experiences absolutely without a doubt can be. Food for thought, isn't it? There's so much going on within that card. Okay, like the light there streaming through the window, there's hope, there's potential. It's just what stops us moving across that line, what stops us walking out of that door, is sometimes the fear of the unknown and what's ahead. So that holds us there without even us realising it. Okay, leave that with you. We're going to explore that a lot more as we go forwards, and also I'll share with you why we use cards next week. If you have a question that you would like explored, that you would like to be a part of the ongoing our Shane Development series, do comment below. I will absolutely enjoy taking a look at those questions and then being able to kind of share them and work with them, and if I can, we will answer them. Take care, guys. Look forward to speaking to you all soon. Hope that stirred up some thought. See you all soon. Take care. Bye bye.